We are ranking the best teams in the world. We're doing this with no bias, no prejudice. We are just analysing the best teams in the world. Helping me go through this is none other than the wonderful Turkish. Turkish, it's always an honour to chat football with you.
Likewise.
And this now should really work because this is just now football chat.
So let's go with 10th. In my opinion, Atletico Madrid.
Yeah, I've got Napoli.
Okay.
I've got Napoli. Primarily because I think that they could be an outsider for the Champions League. I don't think they're going to win it. I don't think they're likely to win it. But I think they are capable of winning it.
Napoli deserve a spot in the top 10, I think. They've won 2 out of the last 3 Serie A titles as well.
Amazing club.
Form in Europe. I mean, in Europe, they've pulled off a couple big results over the last few years, but they've never, led into a run or a real, Champions League. Yeah. Oh, they're about to do it. So, yeah, I could accept Napoli.
Do you know what, as well? I know that Antonio Conte's got a fairly shameful record in Europe. But, he is one of Chelsea's best ever managers. Like, he really is. He will go down in history. Like, Chelsea fans fell out of love a bit with him. He went to Tottenham. He sued the club. It all got so poisonous. Yeah. But, honestly, following Chelsea home and away that season, it was one of my favourite seasons ever. He made us so good. He was so perfect. Like the unity and the harmony of the club. Like, we played West Ham on the first day of the season, Monday night. And it was 1-1 going into the last few seconds. Diego Costa scores. Antonio Conte, he's swinging off the dugout and he dives headfirst into the family enclosure. It's just a way to love the man.
Yeah.
Like, I will always love Antonio Conte. He broke my heart with the Tottenham thing. But I think he is capable.
But he's bounced back, he's rebuilt his name.
He's rebuilt where he left them, and he left them in a bad way.
Yeah.
Which is great.
Which
I kind of love him again.
Story,
yeah, exactly. But in terms of like an outsider for the Champions League, if Antonio Conte can work out his European hoodoo, they could win it.
Yeah, and similar to what you're saying about Conte, I think Simeone, captures the fans in a similar way, or he has done with Atletico.
I've wanted him at Chelsea at various points over the past 10 years.
I always saw him as a Chelsea manager. If he was to move to England, I thought Chelsea would be, especially under Abramovich, I thought that is destined to happen one day. Now I don't think so, but in that era, I think he was built for you lot.
He was totally built for us because it's the mentality, which is the way that I see the game, and it's not the way that every club fans see the game.
Yeah,
his mentality is basically win at all costs. Nothing else matters.
Passion.
There isn't any other particular way. There isn't a particular philosophy. It's literally look at the opponent, work out their weakness, exploit it, and do it in any way that you need to do it.
And work hard is the bare minimum.
Yeah.
And every squad he's managed to produce at Atletico, which has been a fair few in the last 15 years, he's pulled something out. Now listen, he might not be the most successful in Atletico. I put 10th because in recent years they haven't had success.
Yeah.
But they're always that third place team in La Liga. And I look at Champions League here. Atletico are always one of those sides in the last 10 years that you'd pick out and say, I don't want to play them in the knockouts. Mate, just because of how difficult they make the 180
do you know we were going to win it. I'm convinced we were going to win it. And we played them in the semi-final and we did the stupidest thing I think anyone has ever done in football. We tried to be chivalrous and gentlemanly and show decorum. Do you know what we did? We let them play Courtois against us.
Oh,
do you remember?
Yeah.
It was like, wait, what?
Yeah.
What are you doing?
Yeah.
There was an argument that Courtois was better than our keeper at the time, right? There was an argument.
Yeah.
And we went, no, the right thing to do is to... Gage had the game of his life and they knocked us out. We went away. We got a 0-0 draw away. And we're like, hey, Mourinho, they're in trouble at Stamford Bridge. I think Torres scored against... We went 1-0 up. Torres scored for us.
Yeah.
And then bang, bang, bang. It was like game over. And Courtois had the game of his life. It was a nightmare.
Even the other day when I saw Jackson coming on in, I thought, they didn't put that clause in. He's destined to come on and bag one. Yeah. He didn't. But usually teams do put that in.
Never allow that. But no, I'm with you. I think that Diego Simeone is a great manager. Yeah. I know it's going a little bit wrong at the moment, but he's a great manager. And Atletico are certainly in this.
Yeah, I put them 10th.
Just to ask you, without revealing anything from your list, is your list entirely European?
Yeah.
So is mine.
Yeah, I thought outside of the box.
Like, I don't know enough about Boca Juniors and River Plate.
Nor do I. I want to go to that derby, by the way.
So do I.
Yeah,
I'd just love to go to any game there.
Exactly.
Any game. You know, the best atmosphere I've ever been in all my life. Like I always used to say, it was painful to admit, but the one that it was for me, it was when Kite scored the winner against us in the European Cup.
Yeah.
I think Daniel Agger might have scored in the game, and that was always the best atmosphere. It just in terms of like, you know what they talk about, those magical European nights. It really did exist. And then I went to an Argentina game at the World Cup. mate,
different.
I couldn't believe
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
Bearing in mind, it was in Qatar. It
Oh,
was.
yeah.
It was. I've never ever known a stadium rock like it.
Yeah.
It was everyone. And do you know what? I had this amazing moment. You'll love this. I had this amazing moment. So I'm in the ground. They're playing Poland. I think Messi might have missed the penalty. They're playing Poland. They won 1-0. And I'm looking around, and they're all kind of doing it. And the songs were great, and they were long and passionate. I look around, and just there, proper giving it, Hernan Crespo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In the crowd.
Yeah. I was like, oh,
Crespo,
like, oh
yeah.
my God, he's an icon.
Yeah, well,
Like,
yeah,
absolute icon.
I remember that time he was off injured, came back on and bagged some
Scored
30
Highbury.
yards against us.
Highbury. Yeah, mate, I couldn't believe it. But no, I'm with you. But my list also is all European.
Insane,
Who have you got in ninth?
Chelsea.
Low, considering that we are the club world champions, it feels low.
But that's what gets you in it, in my
Oh,
opinion.
what? Without that, we're not in. Yeah, fair.
I believe so.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I haven't thought, further into that about who would have made it, but I think Club World Cup. I think the squad you have in your hands. I think a top 4 finish last season, and you look around. Generally, the quality around Europe, I don't think it's the same as it once was 20 years ago. So. You've got to take bit parts, and people will apply different contexts to make these lists. I think Chelsea make it because you're world champions, as your fans remind me every single day. But outside of that, it's hard to put you any higher when I think the clubs in front have either come off the back of an era or come off the back of a trophy. And a more reputable trophy at that. So maybe when we get further in my list, you'll understand why Chelsea are ninth. But I believe Chelsea deserve their place in there. What they do from here moving forward will determine whether they creep up that list or drop back out of it.
Yeah. I think that's fair. I've gone in ninth. Manchester City.
Low.
It is low. It is. But they're just not very good at the moment. They're just not. Like last year, they could have easily gone out of the Champions League with a whimper. They could have easily gone out in the group stage of the... It was on the
edge.
Made it through. They got into the playoff. They got done by Real Madrid. They were out. They lost 9 out of 11 games last season. We've seen them come unstuck this season already.
So do you think you're better than them?
Yeah.
So you think Premier League game, or let's say a Champions League double and home and away knockout, you think you get the better of them?
If we played them in the Champions League, what they have over us at the moment is we're lacking major experience, which they obviously have.
Which is key, yeah.
Yeah, I think Maresca probably gets done by Guardiola because of their relationship.
Okay,
it's that almost the master versus the apprentice versus the master or whatever. So on that exact thing, could they knock us out of you? Of course they could. And also on their day, they can beat anyone. But I just feel like they're stuttering. I feel like the juggernaut, terrifying approach that they used to give us all. Like Man City, it's gone. I don't feel like they've got that anymore. For example, I think they have absolutely no chance of winning the Champions League. Like none. I'm just not having it as a thing. They're just not going to win it. They're going to come up against somebody that isn't even that good. Somebody maybe even not on this list.
But I think you've got no chance as well. That's where it's a bit of a juggle.
Where I think we do is we always do. Like, we always have European pedigree. Like, always.
Where you feel that Liverpool heritage.
Yeah, we have. I think we are the closest thing to... Liverpool are in a complete solitary compartment here.
Yeah,
Liverpool belong... If you're talking European stuff, you talk about Real Madrid, you talk about Liverpool, you talk about AC Milan.
Yeah,
they're that. And maybe Real Madrid are on their own. But AC Milan, Liverpool, 100% part of the same conversation. Chelsea are not part of that. But we're better than any other English club in that conversation. I know Manchester United have won more, but they're in it more. They've tried harder. They've had more failings.
Yeah.
When we've been rubbish, we win.
Yeah.
They've been brilliant and not won.
Yeah, that's true. That plays a part. I guess you could look at the Europa League and say, but then you've done it with the Conference League and the Europa League. We did it with the Conference League,
the Europa League twice. Yeah, we did it. We did it with Gianfranco Zola scoring in the Rosunda Stadium in Stockholm. Yeah, beating Stuttgart.
I think United are higher placed if we're talking about looking back at the history and because they've got more Champions League. But I think you are right in terms of channeling your inner European spirit in competitions. Post Fergie, I haven't seen anything from United.
In 1994, we went into Europe because we lost the FA Cup final. Manchester United won the league and the cup.
Yep.
We went into the Cup Winners' Cup as losers, effectively. We were rubbish. You're talking Mark Steen, Paul Furlong, Glenn Hoddle playing in midfield, Graham Ricks playing in midfield when he was about 50, like Dimitri Karine, Neil Shipperley. It wasn't a good team. got to the semi-final. We were on to play you. We got beat by Zaragoza. We got beat by Zaragoza before they beat you in the final.
Yeah.
But we were on for that. Gus Poyet done us, and we signed Gus Poyet off the back of... He played against us, scored, and we bought him.
Yeah, you'll take him.
But we've always been good in Europe. So that's why I give us... I think we're a heritage club in Europe. I really do. I think people disagree with me, but I really do.
It's funny because if you ask me, all right, Champions League quarterfinals, Arsenal versus Chelsea or Arsenal versus City, it is a tough one. I'd probably lean towards facing Chelsea, but
now you would, but not Chelsea of the previous 2 decades.
Not the decade, no. But if we're talking now in the list,
we're a different proposition now. There's no experience in the club,
and we've got a great record against you now.
You've got a good record against us as well. But look at the Champions League wins that we've got. We're London's only representative. We've won 2 of them. Both of them, we weren't particularly good. You look at the team. We won it with Timo Werner and Kai Havertz up front.
Yeah.
Previously, we won it with Ryan Bertrand on a wing, making his debut in the Champions League in a final in Munich. I think that we belong higher. So I've gone City 9th, but do you think that's too low?
Yeah, but I understand the reasoning. I've gone Chelsea 9th.
You've gone Chelsea 9th. So in 8th, we've kind of touched on them already. I've got Atletico Madrid.
Okay.
So kind of similar.
I've got Napoli.
And you've got Napoli. So we're much of a muchness here.
Our 10th is 8th. Yeah.
7th, I've got Chelsea.
And
for
7th,
the
I've got
reason.
City.
Okay, we're singing off the same hymn sheet. Yeah. We're singing off the same hymn sheet. I just think that Chelsea and City, I think in Europe we're just not part of the same thing.
I hear you. Remember before I said parts of this list is done through era, parts of it is done through recent trophies. I think with Man City it's the era, the manager.
Yeah,
has the era really come to an end, or are they due to bounce back? Do you know what I mean?
Do you know what you could never say about Guardiola? I don't think this happens, but if they were to just win a European Cup, I don't think it's possible. But if it were to happen, you kind of hold your hands up and go, yeah, of course they can. It's Guardiola. Yeah. He can do anything. But I do also think that as soon as they come up against anyone, they're in trouble. Isn't it a shame on this list that the former great clubs, like, why are we not talking about Ajax, Marseille, Partizan Belgrade, Benfica? It's a shame, isn't it, the way that it's gone?
Yeah, even talk about the... I mean, we mentioned Napoli, but I think Napoli, in my list, they're the only Italian club. Where's the Juventus? AC Milan, you mentioned.
I know.
Inter Milan.
I know. AC Milan won it 7 times. Like, it wasn't that long ago, 94. They beat Barcelona 4-0 in a final. 4-0, Barcelona.
Yeah.
I think that was at Wembley.
05 was Liverpool as well, right?
They played 05. They played. It was AC Milan. Yeah, AC Milan, Liverpool 05. Yeah, and then they won it in 07 in Athens against Liverpool. Inzaghi. But yeah, it is a shame. So we're pretty much the same here. So
I've
got
the same 4 teams.
Same 4 teams,
just in a little different order.
So now in 6th, this is where it's getting serious. And in 6th, I've gone Bayern Munich. Bang
on first.
They're a great club, aren't they?
Yeah, and they're in partly because of that heritage. They got the Bundesliga title back last year. And generally, Bayern hold weight that they've never lost. I guess partly because of the league they're in. They're always the kings of that league. There's never been a Man City and Chelsea to get oil money and come out of nowhere and ruffle feathers. So they always got that clout of we are Germany, basically. We are the Bundesliga.
Yeah. And they used to do that. They used to just go and sign anyone from the league, didn't they? They used to. It's changed a bit, but they just used to go and sign anyone from Dortmund. Anyone.
And European-wise, even some of their poorest teams have again held some weight, and they haven't. I don't remember Bayern going out of Europe in embarrassing fashion many times over the last 25 years.
No.
And that's just something about
I agree.
them.
And they're always in it. And whatever era you think, you go back to, I don't know, Giovanni Elber up front, Carsten Janker up front. You go back to that, they were always a serious team.
Solid.
In fact, do you know what? The team now, it's the least Bayern team. Like, watching them against us, like recently, it was the least Bayern team. You know what I expect from Bayern? I expect like a brilliant centre half, tight at the back.
Yeah.
And like that Open Meccano,
they're very loose at the back.
They're just not of typically German
100%
Bayern version of Bayern.
Their attackers,
they're
attackers with Elise and Kane.
Do you know when do you remember that? Do you remember when it was Ribéry, Robben?
They're 2 of the most underrated wingers of all time, in my opinion.
Yeah, do you know? I mean, Frank Ribéry. at points, the tight control,
Yeah.
you know, the ridiculous, absolutely unreal. And Arjen Robben, I think, is a great. I think he's a great of the game.
He is.
I don't think I agree with you, but I don't think he's seen in that way. Do you?
He isn't. I mean, on Big Six, we had a debate recently, or me and Tobes in particular, about I put Robben and Neymar in the same standing.
I think that's fair.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Neymar probably had more potential because he was easier on the eye, but when you look back at their careers, I look at, you know, similar levels, and that was met with, what? You can't say.
What was they? What everybody was saying that Neymar was
Pretty
clear
much,
of Robben.
Yeah, pretty much. But I think Robben is, even for Chelsea, that Robben and Duff.
Mate,
Like,
he
let's
won
not
us
talk
the
about
league.
Robben and Ribery. Robben and Duff. I mean, that was coming off the pain of, oh shit,
Mate.
we got another London club to contend with now. Seeing them was
He was a masterful footballer. Do you remember that goal he scored at Old Trafford as well from the corner? Came right over the volley, bang.
That's the very different, but the closest thing to Zidane's final volley,
Yeah.
in the sense that you're watching the ball the whole way, which makes it harder, and you still bury it.
Yeah, such a good player.
Beautiful stuff.
That was the era. But this version of Bayern, I think they're good.
Yeah.
And you know when you see them going forward, like Kane is an icon,
He just gets
another
better and better.
great of the game, like an absolute great. But then I think that Elise is wonderful.
He's on the verge of being something.
Yeah.
I mean, he's already special, but I mean, he's on the verge of. I think if Bayern builds out their team in the right way in the next year, I think they're on the verge with an Elise. Kane, I know he's getting on, but he's
Musiala
still
when he's
producing.
fit.
Musiala, you can't forget, he's had a terrible injury. So I feel Bayern are on the verge, but right now, because of recent years and where they are, I put them just outside the top 5.
Yeah, I agree with you. So who's yours? We've both got 6 Bayern Munich. Who's 5th for you?
Arsenal.
Have you really?
Yeah.
Gosh, I got Arsenal higher than you. That's madness.
Yeah, but I probably know why, and I'm gonna guess that
I've done it for like
you've put us above Real and I've put us below Real. Is probably
exactly that. My 5th is Real Madrid. My 4th is Arsenal.
My 4th is Real Madrid. My 5th is Arsenal. Reason being, I know we beat them twice last year.
Home and away.
But Real Madrid are Real Madrid. You know, what we've just said about City in terms of recent years and their domination. Real Madrid, European level, they've dominated. Real Madrid, league level, they finished 2nd. They had a poor season last season, but a poor season for them is a season of hope for us, in the sense that if we finish 2nd, we believe we're on the right path. Real, all shit collapses. I think they're at a crossways now with Xabi Alonso coming in to change it up, but they're top of La Liga at this moment in time. I know this video might come out.
But I know what you're saying, and you certainly don't need to remind me of the heritage of Real Madrid, right? I'm fully aware of the magnificence of the club. But right now, today, if you drew Real Madrid in the knockouts in February, you beat them home and away again. I really believe you do. Mate, you didn't just beat them last year. You absolutely demolished them. The confidence that will breed in you if you went up against them again. When you did that to them as well, they were the European holders.
Yeah.
They were the best team in Europe.
They just wasn't in a good place.
They weren't in a good place, but they were what they were. They're in a better place then than they are now. They haven't, they're not the champions anymore. I honestly believe that Arsenal beat them home and away again.
I wouldn't like to play them again.
You wouldn't?
Not to tempt
think
fate.
they'd have an edge.
2 wins out of 2.
Yeah, leave it for a bit.
You know, we had a win and a draw in 2005-06 season as well.
Yeah. Is that when Henry?
Yeah. So the 4 ties we've played in Champions League, we haven't lost to them. So, we're tempting fate a bit but I think Real Madrid generally holds weight. The players they have, they're top of the league, or they're there or thereabout. If Xabi Alonso gets that team to tick how he got Leverkusen to tick, they're on the verge of domination again. That's how Arda Güler, Mbappe, Rodrigo, Vinicius. Then they got Huijsen coming in the summer. They probably get Konate, Saliba down the road. They're still that juggernaut, that beast that I can't.
They are, and I agree with you. But if Arsenal play them today, they beat them. I really believe it. I just think that what Arteta did that day, I feel like it's almost a coming of age moment as well for him. I think that it would have given him a belief. If nothing else, it gave me a belief. I suddenly thought, oh my God, they're going to do it. They're actually going to win it.
It felt like that.
It felt like, and when you do win a European Cup, you need that result. Whether you win it that year or not, it's not really the point. You need that statement result.
100%.
When we knocked Barcelona out.
Yeah.
We knocked them out the year that we won it, but we knocked them out a few years before that made us feel like we were real.
Yeah. All those years, I know much was made about Wenger, how many times he made Champions League, but there was always that, if you play Barca, if you play Bayern, you're out. And every single time we played them, we was out.
Yeah.
When we played Bayern on our return to the Champions League, I said we've got to get one over the line against these big teams, not necessarily for this season, but to just lift that chip on our shoulders.
Yeah.
That every time we face a big European heritage side, we go out. Real Madrid was that game. So you are right. It felt like we're going to go on to win it, but even though we didn't, that game should still have given us enough to be confident against anyone this season, which we are. But again, I wouldn't look at Real Madrid and say,
if you
give me
do
Real.
win it, if you win it in the next 3 years, you can almost trace it directly back to that. Like it's that moment where a switch is
100%.
switched.
That's our biggest win in Europe since Henry's goal against Real Madrid in the Bernabeu.
Also, it was the manner. It was the manner that you did it. Because obviously I'm watching it through a totally different lens to you, right? I'm watching it going, please, Real Madrid, please find a way. And they obviously had that magnificent night at home. And then in the away game, I'm thinking, right, come on. They're Arsenal. You can do this.
Yeah.
And then you missed the penalty, and I was like, oh my God.
And we didn't crumble.
Exactly. And not only, then you got Saka dinking the keeper 20 minutes later.
Yeah,
all that.
Bouncing back
like,
straight away.
Hang on a minute, like this is different.
Different edge mentality.
And that's why I've got Arsenal in 4th and Real Madrid in 5th.
Yeah, I've just switched it around.
Yeah.
Maybe a bit of PTSD.
Yeah. And also just ultimate respect for Real Madrid.
That's what it is, yeah.
3rd, I've got Barcelona.
Same, Barcelona.
It just is, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, they went through a bit of a rough patch after the Messi era. The finances, I think they still are financially a bit of a mess. Player registration, a bit of a mess. But they make it work, whether it's Olmo coming in or giving Yamal a chance. You look at their squad, Lewandowski, we just talked about Kane. Lewandowski's older than him, stepped in that league. I believe in his 3 years there, has he hit, he's 3rd in their striker list. Is he just behind Eto'o?
Yeah.
And that's 35, 36, 37 years of age. So all in, I think Barcelona, the way they play, the manager, the football, it's heritage.
I was watching them the other night. I couldn't believe it. I put it on. I got the chat, I had it on. And I thought, I'll watch a bit of this because I'm quite interested to see Rashford. He did well, actually. He put a goal on for Rafinha.
Yeah, the cross. Nice cross, yeah.
What stadium was that? Did you understand what was going on? Because Barcelona were at home. I couldn't work it out.
Haven't they moved to the new stadium?
That's what I thought. Mate, I just didn't. Someone in the comments will have to help us
I watched the highlights of
I was watching it, and then I thought it must have been away. But then they weren't away. They were at home. But I'm looking at the ground. I was like, do you know what it reminded me of? Man City's other ground where
the complex.
That thing next door.
Yeah.
It was like that.
They played there last. Well, I don't know if it's the same place, but they played.
But look, they look brilliant. They look brilliant. And the way that they play that high line that they defend with.
Yeah.
It could catch them out. But they're enough going to give people a rough ride in the Champions League.
You know how you mentioned Real, Liverpool, AC in terms of European heritage? I think European heritage leads into football heritage, but I think Barcelona and Ajax, they kind of stand alone in the...
Yeah, they do. Mescayon club and all that.
There's just something about
they do. I agree. And they've got the overlap of Johan Cruyff.
They've both that's got true.
That.
Yep.
They both got that kind of founding father
Plays
thing.
A key part.
Yeah, I completely agree. Ajax should be in this. It's a travesty to football that they're not in this conversation.
Yeah.
But
it makes me want more billionaire goal by Ajax, a billionaire goal by Porto.
There's no eyeballs on the league. It's a shame. It's terrible that it kind of comes down to this. But that's ultimately what it is. But yeah, Barcelona I think are brilliant. Yamal will win a Ballon d'Or.
100%.
And that's the other thing. When I was watching them the other night, everyone was injured. They were getting those results.
Injuries,
Everyone was injured. It's like, how are they pulling this out of the bag?
It's the way the way they play, and the way everyone that comes through that academy, cottons on, and they've just got a well-oiled system. It's just off the pitch financially. They
ran themselves into the ground.
Keeping Messi all those years and giving him whatever they gave him. Really, done some.
So Barcelona in 3rd, definite contender for the European Cup. Would be no surprise to anyone.
Yep.
Who have you got in 2nd?
Liverpool.
Have you?
Yeah.
I don't.
So that means, again, it's the other way around. For me, there's only one number one because, I know we're on number 2, but when you look at the success of last season, Liverpool won the Premier League, but there's a team out there that won the treble. There's a team out there that then started the season with a Super Cup. So as much as Liverpool surprised the world, surprised the country in winning the Premier League last year, and Salah is one of the best players of all time in the Premier League. Last season had a GOAT season. You could comparable to the very best individual seasons. I still think overall they sit in 2nd place. Very strong side, and it's hard to separate 1, 2, and 3 here in my opinion.
I agree.
So,
I agree, but for me, Liverpool are head and shoulders above everyone. Because last year, you're absolutely right. Last year, one won a treble, one won one trophy, and they knocked them out of Europe.
Yeah.
So if you're doing a direct head-to-head, despite the fact that Harvey Elliott scores away from home, they knock them out of Europe.
Yeah.
But it's been a long, hot summer. They've improved their squad to a ridiculous level. Paris Saint-Germain, in that time as well, have lost the final to Chelsea. They looked pedestrian against Tottenham.
Yeah.
Like Thomas Frank really did do well that day. He outthought Luis Enrique.
Done very well, yeah.
So
They've lost Donnarumma as well.
They lost Donnarumma. I think if they come up against each other again, which I think Liverpool would be overjoyed at. I think they'd love an opportunity to kind of right the wrong as they see it. I actually think Liverpool would win home and away.
Okay.
Do you think that they would raise their game again? Dembele's going to win the Ballon d'Or, isn't he?
Yeah, and I think he deserves it. I think Liverpool were defensively a bit more resolute last year, whereas this year, if that same defence we've seen in the first 4 or 5 games of the season goes up against Kvaratskhelia, Dembele, Barcola, I think, PSG, they nip it in the bud and get the win over the 2 legs, It's all tight for me at this stage.
I am just so impressed by Liverpool. I don't want it to be this, but you know what they seem to have at the moment. We know that they've got the silk. We know that the players are there, right? They've got the stardust, the Hollywood footballers, no doubt. But do you know what else they've got now? They've got this like dogged determination, this resilience. Yeah. That just spells champions to me. Yeah. Multiple fronts.
You need that.
So that's why I've got them top.
And Isak hasn't even hit full flow yet.
I know.
If they get that Newcastle Isak...
If they get that Newcastle, which I think they will, and then also, once Florian Wirtz has played with Isak for 6 months, once Ekitike has been linking up with... I just think by that point, they really are going to be an unstoppable force. Yeah. And I can kind of see it already. They go to Budapest, Kirkes, Szoboszlai, winning, I can kind of see it.
The fairy tale.
Yeah, I can.
That's what I thought last season. My first AFTV interview was after Munich.
Yeah.
And then and then the Champions League final was in Munich. I thought we're coming full circle.
Yeah. That would have been a great.
PSG said nope.
A great reel. Yeah, shame. Well, I say shame. I'm over the moon. So you've gone PSG top. I've gone Liverpool.
Yeah. But we've actually, surprisingly, we've done these lists separate, people, and we've got all
the same
10 teams, same.
Yeah. Do you know what could be another video one day? We do the 10 most prestigious. Like these are the best 11s, right?
Yeah.
And I think that's why we've gone all Europe. If you were to do just like, I don't know, even your 10 favourite clubs.
I think this is a shout.
Your 10 favourite clubs.
This is a shout.
Yeah. You act Independiente in there.
Yeah. Ajax come into it for sure.
Yeah.
AC Milan come into it for
Ajax
sure.
are in. I'd definitely have Sampdoria.
Ooh.
Do you know what? If I were to do my top 10 of just clubs I like, there could be multiple Italian clubs.
That's what I was just about to say. We could do a top 10 Italian 90s. Parma even had a little
Parma.
era.
That's who you beat in the final.
Bologna had
Do you remember that Parma team? That image? And it's like Crespo, Touré, it's like everyone. It's like an amazing team.
Crazy. Vialli was there for a
Vialli was Sampdoria with Mancini.
Yeah. That was it.
Yeah.
That was it. That Italian 90s era. I don't see an era better than that. I don't think Premier League 2000s was better. I don't think La Liga 2010s was better.
Yeah, it was a wonderful time, no doubt.
Bologna had Baggio.
Bologna had Beppe Signori.
Yeah.
Beppe Signori, left foot, man.
Yeah, Parma had Chiesa, Crespo up top.
That Parma team was
Fiorentina, Batistuta.
Batistuta scored at Wembley against.
And Toldo?
Remember he scored against.
Yeah.
He scored at Wembley, an amazing goal, one touch, and then out and bang.
Yep.
Yeah, it was funny that you used to play your games at Wembley, wasn't it?
Yeah, it wasn't good for us. Bro.
Unreal.
That's definitely a video in the making for sure.
Mate, we'll have to do it. Thank you so much to everybody for tuning in. I've thoroughly enjoyed this. A little bit nostalgia chat and also a little bit of modern day chat, ranking the best 10 teams that are currently about. As always, a joy to chat football with Turkish. Make sure that you click the link in the description below. You will find Turkish's link to his channel there.
Love.
Make sure you subscribe. There's some fantastic content. Ta-da.